Pete Hegseth is proving these Democrats' point with this idea of bringing Mark Kelly in and then possibly leading to a court-martial. Because if that's what they're going to do to a sitting senator, then think about what a junior officer who's concerned about the orders that he's getting is going to face if he does go to his JAG officer.
Now, you give them too much credit for this psyop. They're not that smart, that they've lost all credibility. This is the same machinery that denied Hunter's laptop.
Once again, Jessica Tarlov tries defending the indefensible as she attempts to justify the Democrats' latest stunt. Let's get into it.
So I talked to two CIA officers who said that this is a part of a larger hoax, and what they're doing here is they're trying to condition the country to prepare for something bad that's about to happen at the hands of Donald Trump. It's straight out of the CIA playbook. It's a destabilization operation where you get people to mistrust each other. And you do this because she's an analyst. And as an analyst, she would make sure what propaganda operations were successful, which ones weren't. So she knows what works. So the first part of the video, you establish authority. I'm CIA, I'm military, you need to trust us.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
Second part of the video, they introduce the threat. And the threat's not foreign, the threat's domestic. The threat's Donald Trump. And then
we know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
Like us. You all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home.
And then at the end, they introduce the solution. What's the solution? You resist. You say no.
The laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
But they don't give an option. They say this is an obligation for you to do.
I have a question. How is this not seditious? Because according to Google, sedition is conduct or speech that incites rebellion against a government, often involving language that promotes discontent, public disorder, and insurrection.
Jessica, don't you wish you could roll the tape and delete this? This is not the finest moment. And in fact, if you are saying the commander-in-chief is giving illegal orders and he's not, that itself is illegal because you're telling people to not comply with laws that Hegseth today said are presumed to be lawful.
There's nothing in the video that says, I want you to defy lawful orders. It's reminding people that in the Uniform Code of Military Justice, you have a sworn duty to not comply with unlawful orders.
And what would those be?
Senator Slotkin gave an interview to TMZ where she did talk about what could potentially fall into those categories. As Kennedy said, Pete Hegseth is proving these Democrats' point with this idea of bringing Mark Kelly in and then possibly leading to a court-martial. Because if that's what they're going to do to a sitting senator, then think about what a junior officer who's concerned about the orders that he's getting is going to face if he does go to his JAG officer. And these representatives have said that they are hearing from folks on the ground that they are concerned about the direction that we're going in.
So
and this is like,
so wait a second.
The former CIA officer is telling you what she's hearing?
Too many ifs.
Jesse actually makes a really good point. You have a former CIA member telling you they're quote-unquote hearing from people on the ground. These people are trained to be master manipulators, and either Jessica knows that and is still trying to defend it, or her brain is the size of a pea. One thing I'll never understand is why they encourage people to break the law and then pretend like breaking the law is no big deal. Yet they have the nerve to get upset when faced with the consequences of breaking the law. It's like a pattern the left keeps on repeat.
Remember when AOC was letting undocumented people know their rights? And she said, here's a list of things that you are entitled to by being here, even if you are in this country illegally. And they said that the AOC was committing a crime, that she was trying to tell people to do illegal things and evade ICE when she was just telling you what your rights are. And these Democrats are doing the same thing. They're saying this is what your constitutional oath means.
Greg, a lot of ifs here.
I don't really think that's a good comparison. One person is telling people who have no allegiance to our country their quote-unquote constitutional rights that they're entitled to for entering the country illegally without taking any oath. And the others are telling our armed forces, our national security, the ones who took an oath to defend our nation from terror, both foreign and domestic, to defy the orders of their commander-in-chief if they don't agree with them or if they feel they're illegal. What kind of chaos and confusion are they trying to create? And Jessica claims these Senate Democrats are doing the same thing as AOC. So it sounds to me like she's either trying to say that rights and an oath are the same thing, or she's trying to say you don't have rights unless you take an oath. I don't think she thought that one through very well, because they're clearly not the same thing. But now it's time for Jessica to get a well-deserved dose of reality.
Yeah, okay. I just have to remind everybody that they've lost all credibility. This is the same machinery that denied Hunter's laptop and claimed that that Joe Biden was fit for duty. So we have no obligation to believe that they are hearing from folks on the ground. A CIA analyst, are you serious? Look, this was another unnecessary solution to an imaginary problem. It's much like finding a 7-year-old who is confused and saying, you know what you have? You're born in the wrong body. We need to chop off your junk. They always create an unnecessary solution to an imaginary problem. The Dems pretty much admit that, okay? Number one, once they got called on it, as Jessica says, it was a video that was just pronouncing things that were obvious to everybody. So obvious, in fact, that it's in the manual. So why did you do it? And then why, when you did it, you didn't have any evidence to back it up other than hearsay, this and that. I've heard from people.
And when Slotkin was asked what illegal orders were given, she couldn't even answer the question. She said she wasn't aware of things that are illegal. Watch.
Do you believe President Trump has issued any illegal orders?
To my knowledge, I am not aware of things that are illegal.
Couldn't you have done a video saying just what you just said if you are asked to do something?
I think for us, it was just a statement widely, right? We say very quickly and to all the folks who come to us, this is the process. Go to your JAG officer, ask them for explanation, for top cover, for their view on things. If you going back to Nuremberg, right, that, well, they told me to do it, that's why I murdered people, is not an excuse.
So the point of creating an imaginary problem is so that you imagine the problem in your head. Troops torching small villages like they see in movies, when in fact the only people torching villages in the United States are leftists. It is especially pathetic and hilarious that Slotnick could only bring up a movie.
If you look at popular culture, there's like, you watch, A Few Good Men, like we have plenty of examples since World War II.
You really can't make this stuff up. She literally just used a movie as a reference point. A movie. That alone just proved Greg's imaginary problem point right there.
As good as it gets, A Few Good Men, wrong Nicholson film. A Few Good Men to provide evidence for this, to make a shocking national pronouncement. Okay, can I say this? Over the weekend, I watched Alien. It's a classic movie, and I just want to point out that if you have any stomach pain, it might not be indigestion. It could be a giant, monstrous alien creature living inside your bowels, because that makes about as much sense as her citing a movie loosely based on a hazing incident in Gitmo. Now, you give them too much credit for this psyop. They're not that smart. I think they were just trying to tweak Trump, and for better or for worse, they pretty much achieved it. To me, they're like Antifa burning an American flag, hoping that these patriotic counter-protesters attack so they can press charges. This was all about getting something. But that even when I say that, I think that's giving them too much credit. They just might be ass wipes.
Every time Jessica opens her mouth to defend these Democrats, she makes it all the more obvious that she'll defend anything, and I mean anything, the left does or says, no matter how indefensible, contradicting, or pea-brained it makes her look on national TV. And her smart glasses can't save her. It's like she doesn't even process what it is she's trying to justify. She just dives in head first and hits the hard wall of reality each time. It's like whatever the DNC puts out, she repeats it. And it amazes me how these Senate Democrats are essentially encouraging encouraging the U.S. military, the same military they refused to pay during the government shutdown, by the way, to defy orders from the commander-in-chief. The same people who literally voted to keep the military unpaid are now lecturing our soldiers about defying quote-unquote illegal orders. Slatkin was asked directly, what illegal orders has Trump given? And her answer was that she wasn't aware of any. Oh, but apparently she saw a movie and decided that was enough to launch a national campaign encouraging soldiers to resist orders from their commander-in-chief. So yeah, Greg was absolutely right. These people have zero credibility left. None. And honestly, how could they? Just think about it. They denied Hunter's laptop. They pushed the Russia hysteria for years. They lied about the border. They lied about inflation. They lied about Medicaid. They lied about who shut down the government. And they lied about Trump. They lied so much that it's hard to keep up. So why should anyone believe them now? Especially when the evidence they bring to the table is a movie. It's almost laughable at this point just how desperate they are.